Man, we just did 265 and you guys barely knew. Like, I think I got introduced into car communities as such just because of internet. Like, you get a car and you think, okay, fine, my car makes 200 horsepower, for instance. You start researching, then you get into forums, and forums are immense. It can go on, and that's how you like start. Slowly, you start, seeing people that post from Dubai, for instance. And, you're like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm from Dubai. Like, you message them and say like, oh yeah, you know what, I want to get into this. So you start meeting car people. And again, the VWs had a club over here. It was not that successful as a club, but again, you got to meet people at the end of the day. You get introduced to say, oh yeah, from VW there's an Audi club, VW Audi club, and then you change cars. Mini Cooper club. I was part of the Mini Cooper club, and so similarly BMW. When I got a BMW, I was like, okay, yeah, you know what, join the BMW club. They had good forums, and BMW club is one of the most set up clubs, and they have meets because Dubai is such a small place. They have crazy amounts of meets. So go show up for the meets, like you talk to people. I get stopped a little bit. Like I remember I got pulled over in Abu Dhabi once, and I thought, oh man, CID. He was in a white Land Cruiser. I was like, man, 100% CID. And this guy automatically, he was like, man, I'm looking for an E30. And he wanted to trade with me for a Silvia. In hindsight, I should have. I love Silvias. I love Silvias as well. Like I'm not like, the kind of people that say like, oh yeah, I'm true to the Germans. Like I will only buy a German car. I love all kinds of cars. So if I have to get into JDM, like, might as well. In fact, my next car that I planned on buying is also a J. As long as you're like open to like meeting new people and stuff like that, you get to learn so much. And you never know like where you meet these people. I mean, like your trip down to Carrefour, like, you took your car, suddenly some guy stops you like, oh yeah, you know what, I had this car before, I've done this. And there goes your info. Add him on WhatsApp or whatever, like you keep talking, you have a couple of meets, you meet over coffee, and that 18-year-old just wanted a car, just wanted a car. You had no idea how to drive, you had no idea what traction control was, you had no idea why tires were important. Like, when you're 18, again, you're budget limited, right? You had like 500 dirhams probably in your pocket on a good month. Otherwise, I paid for fuel using coins. I showed up to a gas station. I remember I was still in uni. Like I showed up to a gas station and in a GTI. I had no money to get back to Abu Dhabi, so I had scattered 10 dirhams, what I saved for chai, in coins, and I paid the guy like 10 dirhams. But no, I would put super, made it to Abu Dhabi somehow. Baba. And that's life as an 18-year-old car enthusiast as well. Like, you barely have any money. And you don't understand how cars work. You don't understand how you do a drift. You buy your first car, even if it's a Tita, you will try doing donuts in it. That's life. But as you grow and you start driving a lot of cars, you start experiencing a lot of cars, you know what you want. Like, for me right now, say for instance, like why I want a Porsche is it's among the best driver's car. Like, engine sits right above the rear axle. No other car manufacturer does that these days, and Porsche is the only one, and they can run circles around you all day if they want. So I want a Porsche just to experience that. Like I like to be a part of the build as well, like not like just drop it off in a garage and just let them work their magic. I would like to know what goes behind it, like how engines work, like why can I push more out of an engine, or there are a lot of things that have been done in the States or Germany, for instance, and that's not been like widely accepted over here, like not done over here. So you do it, you experiment, see where your car breaks down. The only time in Abu Dhabi that I got pulled over was, I was again grown up, I had the E30 with me. I thought, let me take a road trip to see a friend. I went to, at that time I had the air suspension on, so I could race the car like whenever. And Abu Dhabi is very strict on a lot of things. So I had a straight pipe exhaust. And the car was like lowered, my driving. One cop comes from behind in Moror, another comes on the side, and I'm holding onto the clutch for dear life, so that the car does not make a sound. And we were going really slow, like probably 20, 30, and come to a hump. Go over the hump, I have to let go of the clutch. Let go of the clutch, whoop, whoop, tal, pull over. 700 dirhams fine for driving a lowered car, 700 dirhams fine for driving a loud car, 30-day impound, and that's just my story. Like, and trust me, like even when I was speeding, I never got busted by cops. My dream car? I don't think I have money to afford one, but anyway, I'm gonna throw, I think I want a McLaren F1 since I was a kid. Like anything to do with cars, like, whether it was one of those RC control cars or, the ones that you pedal. I remember the pedaling ones. Like, I took apart the pedaling ones to see how it works. Yeah. My mom was like, what the fuck? Like, you just bought you the car. Like, how can you, like, start unscrewing cars and stuff? Man, started there. You never know when you start. Like, I have a friend in the UK right now. He's working with me in Mechaniki. And he knew jack shit about cars till a couple of months ago. And today, like, he's writing pieces. He's writing articles on, like, what is V12, what is V8, the greatest of all engines, how an engine works. And he's getting into, like, and like, he asked me questions like, okay, am I going the right way? And he's like, man, I started so late. Like, he's in his 30s now. He's like, I started so late, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this. You're never too late for it. He's like, man, I lost it on so many years and stuff. Like, you didn't lose out. Like, you have to start somewhere. And you never know when your first, car experience comes. Maybe you're not a car guy. You're sitting with your friend. You sit in his car and you're like, oh, what a magnificent car. And then you start reading up about it. And age is not a problem for any people in the car community. I think UAE has a long way to go. In fact, funny story, like, I have two Arab friends that were obsessed with Junoon, the band. Arabs, they don't know what the hell is going on in the song, but they love what, yeah. They're dancing in the car and I'm flooring it. And I'm gunning for it, and I hit 265 when I hit a bridge and it got a little wobbly and I started braking. And these guys were like, oh yeah, so what happened? I said, man, we just did 265 and you guys barely knew. Again, this is one of the beginning phases of the E30 when I didn't know how to drive a car on Chinese non-sticky tires. Took a left too fast. Whoop! Next thing I knew, I thought the car was done. I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to go into the pavement again like my last car. I was like, oh shit. Fortunately, there was a little bit of smoke. Came, oncoming traffic. I'm like, and they were honking. Got back around, went for it. See, something that I want to probably take over is an entire Tesla swap into my E30 or any project car. An entire Tesla swap, man. Like, it will be, man, how much is it? Like, insane amount of torque, like, the minute you hit the pedal. So, yeah. But it's got a long way to go. But I don't know if they can be interesting as such. They're heavy right now. They really ruin probably part of the car's characteristic. Like, you can't have a lightweight electric car. So, do I want to own a Tesla? Yeah, I might. I was actually looking into owning the Tesla truck. So I got online. I did the entire thing for the Tesla truck, and before I hit this thing, I was like, man, Dubai is really not built for infrastructure wise. Like, it's not there yet for electric cars. Like, I don't want to go to a mall like every time I want to supercharge or go to like last exit, and that's a pain for me. So until that tech comes along, like, would I? But maybe it's a comfortable daily.